Yes. Which song? On Me by Terry. On Me by Terry. Welcome to another live section. There's an echo. Welcome to another live section. So I know I have missed one live section, which was the live section from last week. I was supposed to be here last week, and I actually created a topic that I wanted to come discuss with you guys as a continuation from the last live section. Like I prepared my notes, had everything ready, but something came up, and I had to attend to that, and that's why I was not here last Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, or even Sunday. But we're going to be catching up today. I have less than an hour or two to talk about this particular topic, which is circumference. And so, yeah, that's it for today's live section. That's what we're going to be talking about. Now, if you were here the previous Thursday for last week, where I talked about how to measure in length and in width, which is your vertical measurement and your horizontal measurement, you would know that the next thing for us to talk about is circumference, because horizontal measurement or vertical measurement, which is your length and your width, is also like a measurement for straight lines. So straight, vertical, straight, horizontal, but all those ones are measurements for straight lines. And we need to talk about how to actually measure in circumference, which is measuring for round shapes, okay, for curve round shapes, how to properly measure for round shape, so that anybody out there watching me that wants to be able to make a cap, cap come in either round or, have I ever seen a square cap? If you want to make circle skirt, you want to make a sleeve that has flay, you want to make anything that has flay or anything that is cut in circle, which is in a round shape, you can be able to do that just watching this particular live section. So yeah, yes, welcome again. And you guys, if you want to leave a comment for me, make sure you like the live section first, and then you can leave a comment for me, asking me any question, suggesting anything, and just saying anything you want to say. You can leave a comment section, but don't forget to like the live section first. That's what we've been doing. Before you talk to me and I reply you must like my live section. That's a must. And that's how we've been doing it for the previous live section. So I'm going to give this particular live section like few minutes for, I don't know, let's wait for other people to come up, or for YouTube to send notification to other people to know that, okay, something is happening. So let's give it a few minutes, and then we're going to come back with our tape, book, ruler, and pattern paper for us to start, having the communication or the conversation that we're supposed to be having. For us to start talking about circumference. Okay, so let's give it a few minutes. And while we're giving it a few minutes, if you have not seen the previous live section, please go watch them, because if you're somebody that wants to learn how to sew, not just for outfits, anything. You want to learn how to mark measurements for either for body or for a particular shape. You want to be able to make something, bean bag, handbag, even shoes. When you measure for shoe, you measure in length and in width. So if you just want to learn how to actually sew, the life sections, the previous life sections are for you because I have been talking about these things step by step. And also, I have also come here to show you how to stitch using just your needle and thread. So I feel like some people are going to be interested in that, being able to stitch with your needle and thread, not waiting for when you get a sewing machine, just be able to create something just with your hand, okay, having just your needle and your thread. So I would advise you to go watch it if you're interested in learning, okay, go watch it. On this video, we're going to be practicalizing or practicing everything we talk about, but then we're not going to be using the sewing machine. We're going to be using our hand to sew whatever it is that we're going to cut. Okay, so we're going to be sewing it in that 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes that I have here. We're going to be talking, drafting, and sewing. How many minutes? 6 minutes. Let's wait. Let's wait. And don't forget to like the live section. Okay, somebody liked it, and I have a comment. Hi, Moni. Hi, Hannah. Welcome to the live section, Hannah. And for anybody that was expecting me last week, I'm sorry I did not come true for you. I am sorry I wasn't here. Okay, the plan was for me to be here, but like I said, I had something. Something came up, and that's why I wasn't here. I'm sorry, but we're going to be catching up today. We're going to. We have 3 more minutes to go. I know it is going to be very hard for me to get a lot of you on this live section at this moment because today is the weekend and so many people are doing different things. Like this is the weekend where people want to rest from all the work that they've been working during the weekdays. I know, right? And I know that other people have like engagements. You must have promised people to visit them this weekend. Have plans this weekend. I know this is the wrong time. This particular Saturday, I would have done this on the Thursday, but I was busy. So I'm just going to do this here. And my mic died. Oh my God. Well, please, anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me right now? Is anybody hearing me right now? Hello? Is anybody out there? Anybody? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. One of you 5 people watching right now. Can you hear me? Can I be heard? Nobody is saying anything. Are you all wicked people? How many minutes to go? 1 more minute to go, and we are going to start. Okay, so before the 1 minute is up, I don't know. I was doing. It's almost time. I was doing some creative kidney. And what do you guys think? I want us to make a bag. Let me see. I want us to make a bag on this channel, like on the live section. That was my plan. I don't know if you've seen the first live section, the day I came on here, the first day I started this live section this year. I came on here and I showed you guys a picture of something I wanted to make, like a bag, a tote bag. Where's the picture? And that's like this something that has been disturbing me or itching me to do. I want us to create a bag. I want us to make a bag on the live section. And I want that day, I want everybody to come with their materials, that the material that they want to use to make the particular bag. And we're going to do it on the live section together. Let me see. I'm looking for the picture of the bag. My time is up. Oh, where is this bag? Oh my god. Charlie, I'm only seeing the other things that I designed. So this is going to take time. I'll show you guys during the live section. Let's just move on. Okay, so today's topic is circumference. Circumference. And what is a circumference? What is the circumference? How do you apply a circumference? How do you measure for a circumference? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, but I should be pronouncing it well. So a circumference is needed when measuring a round or around a particular space. So this is when you use your circumference when you're trying to measure for a round shape or a shape that is circular, okay, round, something like this. Now, when I want to measure for something like this, I want to create something that is going to be this round. You can see how this goes round like this. It's all curved edges. There's no straight. There's a straight point. There's a straight point, but if you get the gist, if you get what I'm trying to say, you understand that I'm trying to say that this is for a round space, shape, or yeah, space or shape. So that is when you need a circumference. Now, like for example, when you're making a cap, you need to measure for your circumference. If you're making a cap, of course, your cap is going to sit on your head, and most head is not, no, there's no straight head. Okay, our head, you know, now it's not straight, it has curved areas, and for whatever it is that you're making that is going to sit on your head to sit properly, you need a circumference of your head. So this is how you measure for your head. Now you're trying to make a cap, you're trying to make something that is going to sit, even maybe a hoodie, and it's going to sit around your head. Now you measure like this, you measure for your head, and that's the circumference of your head. That is the measurement of your head. Now me measuring my head right now, I'll probably get 23 or 22 or 22.5, but then that's the measurement for my head. That's a circumference. That's my head circumference. That's a circumference for my head. Now you can also use this particular measurement to make for circle skirts. Circle skirts. Circle skirt is not straight; it's circular. Or when you're making for sleeves, you want a sleeve that has flay, and the space or the shape that the sleeve is supposed to have is supposed to be circle. You use your circumference. And then when you're attaching it to wherever you're attaching it, you know that your armhole is also not straight. It's like in curves. So you apply your circumference when you're trying to create a flay sleeve, a flay skirt, a cap, again coasters. There are some circular coasters. Coasters for drinking. So for placing your cup or for placing something on it, coasters. If you know what coaster is. My last video, we actually sold a square coaster. We sold it on the live section. So when you're making a circular coaster, you use your circumference. There's so many things that you make using your circumference. Now, it doesn't even have to apply to only sewing. It can be for knitting. You want to knit something and you want to knit something in circle, you apply your circumference, you use your circumference to get the exact size of what you're trying to create. When you're trying to, even for carpenters, like people that wood, carpenters, when you're trying to make something in circle, table that comes in circle, anything that comes in circular form, you apply your circumference. So you take the measurement in circumference and you cut in circumference, okay? I don't know if you get. So again, this can also be referred to round measurements. Now, there's something I want to explain here before I even move into step one, which is us measuring for circumference, and then we're not going to use that measurement to apply and create something. I don't know what we're going to create. I feel like we're going to do this very simple one, which is a coaster. But if we have time, we might even do a cap. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, I want to say something now. Most of the time when I come on here and I'm trying to make an outfit for myself, I always talk about round measurement. I always say, take your round measurement because your bust, your tummy, which is your waist, your hip, your knee, normally it is all in round, like it's a circumference. But because of the way that sometimes we break it down, we say, okay, take the width, the wideness, which can be also applied to making an outfit or anything. But then I don't want you guys to confuse the round measurement being only based on circumference. I want you to understand that the round measurement can mean either for circumference or for width, which is the wideness, or for which is horizontal measurements too. I want you guys to understand that it is also saying the same thing. But then the main phrase, the main word round measurement means around a particular shape. Okay. When somebody is saying take your round measurement, it means take your tape and go around that particular shape. Okay. So it can be round my breast, it can be round my hand, my armhole, it can be round my head. You get round measurements means around. Okay. So when I say round measurements, I'm either saying your width or your circumference. I just wanted you guys to understand that before we move on. So now, um, round measurement, which is circumference in this case, helps determine how much fabric is needed to go around something, which is something I've explained. Please excuse me. I don't want copyright. There's music playing in the background. Okay, so we're back. So when you're trying to take the measurement for a shape or a space, you can just use your tape to take round the measurements and get whatever it is that you're getting from it and mark it down. Now, whatever measurements you get from taking we're going to be doing practical. Okay, in case I'm talking too much, we're going to be doing practical so you understand. So let's just move to applying it. The sound just disrupts the flow I had going before, but we're going to get it back. So using how to apply, first thing we're going to do is using the measuring tape, we're going to measure around the widest part of this. Let me use this. I wanted to use something else bigger. So we're going to measure it and then we're going to create something. Should I do a coaster again or should we do a cap? Okay, let me just give an example and then we'll apply it. Now, using your measuring tape, when you want to apply your circumference, you use your measuring tape, of course, and then you're going to measure around a surface that you're trying to sew for or you're trying to create something for. And once you have that particular measurement, you jot it down. Now, imagine you're making a bucket hat or a bonnet, hair bonnet, hair bonnet. After measuring the widest part of where the hair bonnet is going to sit, now I'm making a hair bonnet. The hair bonnet is going to sit on my head. I take my tape. I take round my head. Let me take round my head. And this is the measurement. So I'm going to bring my hand out to find out what I have. I have 24 inches. Now we're going to be making a hair bonnet. I didn't see that coming, but that's what we're going to do in this live section. We're going to be making a hair bonnet that is going to fit my head. Okay, so this is the measurement I got from taking the round measurement on my head, and we're going to be working with 24. That's the measurement. So I'll mark it down somewhere. So my round head is 24 inches. So the next thing I'll show you is how to actually break this measurement down and apply it to create something. Okay. So my round head, all the pen here is bad. So my round head is 24. Vivian's round head. So my round head is 24. Now that we have that measurement, we're going to move to, creating the pattern for my round head. Okay, so that we can create a hair bonnet. Now, this particular place, this is where we're going to start doing practice, and I'm going to be switching my camera over to the other side so that you can see what I'm doing. But before I move on to that, I want to ask a brief question for anybody that is interested, that is actually watching this because they want to learn about circumference. Please, do you understand it? Do you have any issue with my explanation? Do you want me to re-explain something? Because once I switch the camera, it's going to be practical. So anybody watching right now that's really interested in knowing this, what's up? Are you guys getting it? Are you understanding? Do I need to explain further before we move on to the next step? And if I don't get any comments, any question, I am going to assume that you understand everything I just said. Hi, Lucia, you know the drill. You have to like the live section and then I read your comments. But I already read your comments. So. Do you have any question, Lucia? Any question, anything, any suggestion? What do you have to say for yourself? Anybody have anything to ask? You're losing your confidence. How? You're losing your confidence. How? Can you say what you want to say fast before we move on? You're losing your confidence. How? It's been a while that I sew, and it's becoming difficult for me to regain that confidence in sewing. Okay, that that is normal. We are human beings. We always get overwhelmed with the things that we do, like especially when we keep doing something again and again and again. It gets to a point where we start becoming very tired of it. Like we become very bored of the same thing. Like we're human beings, it happens. Okay, so I'm just going to advise you to create a project for yourself. Okay, create something. Like you don't have to think about the end result or the final result of what that thing is going to look like. Don't have that in mind. Buy a cheap fabric, buy a pattern or whatever it is that you can lay your hands on, and just create something without having an expectation on how that thing is meant to look. Okay, that is, just try that. Don't put an expectation of, oh, this is what the end result should look like, or don't compare yourself with another person's end result. Just create something that you have always wanted to create. Just do it. Create anything. And do you know how you know something that you want to create? Something that whenever you go out, you see somebody either wearing it or holding it as maybe a handbag, or you see somebody wearing something that anytime you see it, you're like, oh, this is nice, this is fine. I have this. I wish you know. Then create it. Create it without putting an expectation to the end result. When I hear people say something about confidence in sewing, I am always relating to it because I used to be that person that I was steady comparing my end results with another person's end result, not knowing that when it comes to creating, the only person you should be comparing yourself with is the person that you were yesterday. You get in your sewing journey. When it not just in your sewing journey, just being an artist, The only person you should be comparing yourself with is your former self. You should never compare yourself with another person's creation. Don't compare your own project with another person's project. Like you should always just compare yourself with who you were yesterday. Are you better than who you were yesterday? Did you have you learned more than you knew yesterday? That's the only person you should be comparing yourself with when you're an artist. Okay, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You are a hairstylist, you are a tailor, you're a carpenter, plumber, you are a musician, you are um a painter, whatever it is that you're doing as a person, never compare yourself with another person. I swear that is when you start killing your process in life. That is when you start killing, your own creativity. Is when you compare, and comparison is the stealer of joy. You see the things that you feel like, oh, I create this thing is not nice. So somebody that is yet to learn how you did that thing you did is beautiful, is the best, is like is everything to them because they can't do it, and you were able to even try and even do something to a certain point. So that is why they always say one man's food is another man's poison. It's because what you are not finding beautiful, what you are finding that, oh, this is not nice, this is not well done, somebody else is appreciating it, somebody else will appreciate it, somebody else will always appreciate it. It's just that the cost of an artist is that we never ever appreciate our own work, and it always happens to me. Like that's why I always relate. Like steady before I started having the understanding that okay, Vivian, stop comparing yourself, stop looking outside, always focus on your work. What you did today, was it better than what you did yesterday? What you did yesterday, was it better than what you did the day before yesterday? Until I got to that point, I was steady comparing my work with somebody outside. When I make something, I look at somebody's own and I'm like, oh my fucking God, this person was able to do this. Oh, why can't I? And that was a killer of joy. That was killing my joy. That was killing my creativity. That was something that now made me depressed that I did not want to create again. I felt like, what's the use? What's the need of me creating? I will create and it's not going to look, nice. And guess what? When people come around my place and they see something that I have made, they'll be like, this is so nice, Vivian, this is so nice. I'm like, I don't really like it. They'll be like, can I take it? And they take it, they go wear it. Give it time. 6 months, I see it on the board. I'm like, oh my, this thing is fine. Oh my, this thing makes sense. Oh my, this thing looks nice. But when I had it, I didn't appreciate it because I felt like, okay, this wasn't, up to standard. But whose person standard? Person, my love, we're going to be moving on, but I hope you stop comparing yourself or comparing your process to somebody else's process. I have an idea of what I want and I believe I can do it, but I don't know why I feel the fear of not getting the end result right. You're not going to know until you try, okay? You're not going to know what the end result is going to look like until you try. You're not going to know how good you are going to be until you try. You're not going to know how bad you're going to be until you try. So everything is at the end of you trying. Everything is at the end of you just trying. And guess what? Guess what? When you fail, nobody is going to beat you. When you fail, nobody is going to scold you. When you fail, nobody is going to insult you. Nobody is going to do shit to you. Because of what? It is your process. It is your journey. It is your creation. So you see that thing called failure, it is always in our head because we're the one judging ourselves steady. We're the one judging our own self, using other people's eye to look at our work without knowing what other people will even see when they see our work. You cannot think for other people. You cannot see what other people will see. You can only see what you can see. So you see this thing that you say you're scared, it's you're confident. Honey, it is you doing it to yourself. You can try that thing now tomorrow and you get it right. You can try it tomorrow and you get it wrong. If you fail, what is there? You try again. That is what life is all about. That is why we're here. Life is all about failing, trying, failing, and trying and trying and trying again and again until you get it right. And if you never get it right, still nobody's going to do shit to you. So it's just all in your head, okay? Try or don't try. The only thing you're going to regret is when you don't try. Trust me, if you try and you fail, you will know where you fail and you will be able to resolve or retrace your step and do better. But if you don't try, you will not even know your capability. You will not even know if you even have the ability to. You have to try. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You must not see, my love. Nobody is doing shit to you. You trying, you're doing it for yourself. So you will never even know your ability. You never even know what you are capable of until you try. Until you try. So your answer is at the end of you trying. You are going to fail, you're going to win, you will never know until you try. So the answer you're looking for to gain back your confidence is at the end of you trying. Okay, so that's all I have to say. Now let's move to step two, which is dividing the measurements to create what we want to create. Now, what I have here is, first of all, when you want to make something, no matter what it is you're making, the number of fold that you're going to be having on your fabric determines how you're going to divide the measurement. Okay, the number of fold that you're going to have on your fabric or your pattern is going to determine how you divide your measurement. When it comes to length and width, when it comes to when I'm talking length and width, I'm talking about the wideness of your body. So when I say divide your round bust by 4, it means that your round bust is going to be sitting on 4 different panels or 4 different sides, which is your left breast and your right breast, your for the front, and then your left breast and your right breast for the back, which is 4 panels. And that is why you hear people say divide your measurement by 4. So imagine I am making something that is going to sit on my front and my back, and my front measurement is different from my back. Now I was able to get only my across measurement, which is across measurement means from side to side. That is across measurement. That is not round measurement. That means across, just from one side to another side. Now imagine I get my across measurement for my front, and I say, okay, I want to make something for my front. I am going to be dividing my across measurements by 2. You know why? Because it is just from side to side. It is not my full round measurement. It is not from this side round to this side. Let's do that in practice so that I can go ahead and explain what I want to explain for this step 2. But I want you to understand something here using this round measurement for horizontal, okay? So I want to make something that is going to sit on my waist. And the measurement I have for what I'm making is going to sit only for my front waist, because my front waist is different from my back waist. You know, most times people have bigger tummy here, that, you know, the fupa, they call it fupa. So, and then your back is mostly, sometimes it's inside. So when you take your across measurements and you do like this is across measurements. Across is like this, side to side. This is across measurements, which is half measurement. This is not my full measurement. Now, my across measurement for my front waist from this side to this side is 15. Okay. Now, my across measurement for my back from this side to this side, like this. Are you seeing? Across measurement for this, from this side to this side for my back, is 14. Now, 14 plus 15 gives you 29. When I take my round waist measurements, this is my round waist, I'm getting what? 29. Okay? It means that what I'm trying to say is, sorry, I think something entered my eye. What I'm trying to say is that now that my across measurement is 15 for the front, not the whole general measurement, which is 29. When I'm marking, I'm going to be folding my fabric into 2 alone, because this is sitting in front. So I'm going to be dividing that 15 by 2, which will give me 7.5, right? But then imagine I took the round measurement instead, not the across measurement. I took the round measurement, which is 29. Because I'm going to be marking for the front, the back, and the front has two sides, which is the right and the left. The back has two sides, which is the right and the left. I'm going to be dividing by 4 because I'm going to be having 4 folds of fabric. I don't know if you're getting. So when it comes to circumference, it's the same thing. The amount of fold you're going to have on your fabric, the amount of fold you have while marking your circumference, determine what you're going to use to divide your circumference. Okay, so I'm dividing my circumference by 4 because I'm going to be folding my fabric that I'm going to be using for my hair bonnet. I'm going to be folding it by 4. So for that reason, I'm going to be folding. For that reason that I'm going to be folding my fabric by 4, I'm going to be dividing my circumference by 4. Now this is a manual way. I'm going to be showing you a very straightforward way for you to divide your circumference to mark. I'm going to be showing you, but let's do this manual way. I've talked about this. I have a video. Let me show you where I did like a full breakdown. Here I'm actually rambling, but then in that particular video, it's actually is a straightforward video. So while I look for it, let's move on. So dividing my 24 by 4, that's the next thing I'm going to do. So let's switch the camera. Okay, so this is my notes. For anybody that wants to read my notes while we are here, I hope you can see it fully. You can read the notes, but then let's walk this side, okay? Now, dividing my 24 by 4, please, somebody tell me 24 divided by 4, what would you get? Because that's what I'm going to be using to mark on my fabric when I fold, or my pattern when I fold to cut the circle that is going to sit on my head. 4 divided by 24 divided by 4, please. Somebody, anybody. Sorry, I want to use it. Where's your calculator? I'm guessing no comments. Let me see. No comments. Okay, so I'm going to use my sister's phone to divide. 24 divided by 4 gives you 6. I was supposed to use my tape, but I wanted to be very fast, but still wasted time. So 6 is what I'm going to be working with. Now, if you're reading my notes, you see that I wrote step 2, divide to create pattern. The measurement gotten by how many panels or fold your fabric is going to be. Now, step 3 is create pattern, mark length after dividing circumference by the number of panel. So we're going to be marking the length of how long my bonnet, or how you understand what we'll get there. But then let's move ahead to the next thing for us to do. I'm going to grab a fresh pattern paper and we're going to work in with that, okay? Let me grab a fresh pattern. Okay. So this is the pattern paper. I have to increase the length of this so you see what I'm doing. So now this is what I mean by the number of fold or panel that whatever your creating is going to have now. Because I'm going to be folding my main fabric by 4, I'll fold this pattern paper by 4. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. I nearly lost. My phone nearly fell. So I'm folding. This is into 2. I wish we were creating something smaller. But this is into 2. And then we're going to fold like this again. Okay. I get it. We're going to fold like this again. So we have 2, 1, 2. and then we're going like this. Okay, so now I have 4 panels here. I have 4 panels here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have a very close edge here. This is going to be our main point. Now there's a particular way you can mark and get like a middle line on your pattern, and then use the middle line to mark whatever you're marking around it. But this is like the fastest way for you to do whatever you're going to do. Fold your fabric into 4. Get this particular close edge where all four pattern or fabric meets in close edges. See, close, close. So this is where is very important. This is where we're going to mark in all measurements from. This particular point that points out like a triangle here. So everything is going to be going from here like this. Okay, like this here. So when we do whatever we're doing and we open it, we're going to have a round shape. You get. So I have my 4 panels here, and we're going to move into the next thing. Well, let me make this equal. So working with this now, I divided my 24 by 4, which is because of the 4-fold, and I got 6. What it means is that from here to here should be 6. You get, whatever I get here to here should be 6. And that 6 is going to be applied to the first panel here, 6, this first place 6, this next place 6, this other place 6, this place 6, which is what? 24, because 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 gives you 24. So what that 6 means is that whatever curve I'm getting from here to this point, using here to mark, making sure I get a curve, should be 6. From here to here should be 6. Okay, what I get from here to here does not matter. It's something that we're going to be deriving on our own. But what that 24 means is that the curve in general from here to here should be 6. Because once I have 6 on the first layer, there is 6 on the next layer, there is 6 on the next layer, there is 6, and 4, 6 gives you 24. So do you get? You get. So we're going to cut that particular whatever we're going to cut to get 6. But because we're making a head bonnet, we still need to leave allowance for the band, for the bonnet. You know how a head bonnet is. There's a band where elastic goes through, or there's a band that sits on your head. So we're going to be doing that. Well, first of all, let's get the round shape of 24 so that everybody understands what it means to divide your circumference by the number of panels that you're going to be working with. I hope you guys are understanding, because I'm not even getting questions. So let's do that. So yeah, I have 4 layers again. Let me get that out of the way. And the next thing I'm going to do manually is from this point, this is our, let's just call this, let's give this a name. This is our A. Okay, this is A. Now from A to B and from A to C, here and here should be 6. And then let's find out what here and here will be, here to here and here to here. So what I get from here to here should be the same thing I get from here to here. But then from here to here should be 6. Here to here doesn't have to be 6. Here to here doesn't have to be 6. But B to C has to be 6. Okay. So this is our C, this is our B, and this is our A. So for me to be able to get the accurate measurement from here to here, which is going to be the same thing from here to here, I have to hold the start point of my tape and the 6, okay, the 6 that I'm working with. I have to hold that start point of my tape, which is 0, stop point, which is the 6 I'm working with. Now see how I'm going to place this on this point to be able to find out where. Let's just do it so you understand. Let me take this down a little bit. So I'm going to hold on to 0 and 6, and I'm going to do something like this, making sure that 6 stops here my zero stops here. Okay, my starting point stops here. But I'll make sure that what I have from here to here should be 6. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. This is making sure that everything is not straight. Okay, let's not do straight. If you do straight, we're not going to get what we're looking for. Let's give it a little bit of curve. Okay, but then making sure it's 6 that I'm working with. So this is 6 here, a little curve, and then start point. I don't know if you guys are seeing. Are you guys seeing what I'm doing? Nobody's saying anything. So since I have this in a curve, I will indicate this point here that I have here, and also do that again to indicate where the start point sits here, because I need to measure from here to here and then measure from here to here to know what I'll be marking like this, so that it will give me 6. Okay, so I have 6 here, and then on this other side, I'll indicate this point here, this one here. Okay, so now let's measure and find out what we have from here to here and what we have from here to here. So whatever we have, we're going to be using it to go like this, and then calculate. If we get 6, we can cut, and that is going to give us a shape that is 24 inches in total. Okay, so what I have from here to here is 3.75. You can see it. So I have 3.75 here. From this point here to this point, I have 3.75. I'll calculate for here. I have the same thing, 3.75. You guys can see it, right? I still have 3.75 here. So now it means that if I mark 3.75 from here to here, 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 and I measure, I will get 6. Let's try that out. So I already have from here to here 3.75. Let's use so you understand. So from here to here, I'll mark 3.75 here. I'll just keep taking that particular number round. I'm also going to, after this video, I will link on the description box of this live section the video where I did a proper talk about this, okay, how to cut a circumference. That video is available. It has been available for almost 2 years. So that you can go and watch in case this live section is still giving you some confusion. So I'll just keep marking this particular measurement like this. Okay, making sure that it's 3.75 I'm marking throughout. So I'll get my curve, okay. Okay, 3.75, 3.75, 3.75. So this is going to give me the curve that I'm looking for, the curve that would give me what I'm looking for. Okay, see, I've been able to make a curve. So I'm going to calculate what I have from here to here, and it has to be 6 because again, I have 4 layers. 4 times 6 is what? That's 24, because the circumference of my head is 24. So I'll place my tape. Let's do this together. I'll calculate what I have from here. So you see, I'm having 6.25. So there's an extra of 25. Okay, 6.25. It means that I have to either reduce that number from here, like what I have from here to here, reduce it, or I can cut this and I'll get close to 24. Okay, highest all I'll be getting is 24.5 or 24.75, but it's still within 24. But I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So what I have from here to here now is, let's calculate again in case you did not see. I don't know if this is clear enough. If you're seeing nobody's saying anything, nobody's complaining, so I'm going to go with the fact that you guys are seeing. So calculating from here to here, which is 3.75 round, I have 6 on here. I have 6.25. but I'm supposed to have 6, but I have 6.25, which is close to what I'm looking for. So when I go ahead to cut out this circle is going to be in total 24 or 24.5 or 24, but within the range of 24. And that is how you cut your circle. So let's cut this out now. Let's cut it out and see what we have. Like, we have more pattern paper to work with. So let's just cut this one out. So you see what I mean by you're going to get a circle that is at last 24. So where is my scissors? Okay, so now this is the circle. Are you seeing? This is a circle. Now this circle now, if you calculate what you have from here to here, you get 6. From here to here, you get 6. From here to here, you get 6. And this is 4 panels because it is folded into 4. So I have 1 panel here, 2 panel here, 3 panel here, 4 panel here. So you see, because of we folded this into 4 and we divided 4 by, we divided 24, which is the circumference I was working with, by 4, and we got 6, and we use 6 for our curves. Now we're able to get 4 panels that in total gives you 24. It was all folded into 4, and we cut just 1 layer. And when you open that 1 layer, we marked and cut for just 1 layer, and you open the 1 layer out, you get a full complete circle. Now imagine that I was trying to create a sleeves, or I'm trying to create a skirt, and the circumference of the skirt is 24. What I have here is 24 from here to here. So when I mark the length of my skirt now, let me show you. Now imagine I want to make a skirt, a full skirt. Now we've gotten our circle, but I want to show you how having a circle here as your waist point, or as whatever, maybe your sleeve, and marking the length of what you want can even give you something else. Okay, can give you exactly what you're looking for here. Now imagine this is the circle we're working with. This one is out, so this is a circle, and the length of, let's say, the skirt or the sleeve is going to be 5. So let's mark 5 round this pattern. So I'm going to be marking the 5 from here, following the curves, okay? And you'll see that I'll get a skirt right now. So this is 5, 5, 5, 5. I'm marking my 5 following the curve, okay? 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So now this is 5 everywhere, giving you a perfect curve, right? I'm just trying to link the curves, okay? So this is 5. So this, imagine this is the main circle we're working with, the opening of the sleeves, or the opening of the shape where the whatever we're cutting is going to sit. And this is sitting on our waist. So this is my waist here is 24. Let me cut this out so you see what I mean. So now you're making the skirt. This is the skirt. This is your skirt. This is your skirt. Or if it's a sleeve, this is your sleeves. This is it. Whatever it is that you're making, this is it. This is it. Okay? Let me open it so you see. This is it. So this is it. I don't know if you guys get. So that is how you apply your circumference. Remember, the number of panels that you're working with is the number you should use in dividing your measurement, your circumference measurement. So whatever your circumference measurement is, after taking the measurement of the shape or the space where you're trying to create something for, that particular measurement should be divided by how many panels you're going to be working with, how many panels you're going to be creating individually, okay? How many panels you want it to have. So this particular one also have 4 panels, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, because I folded my pattern paper into 4. So I said we're going to be making a hair bonnet. So we're not using this. Now, if you want to make a hair bonnet, we're going to be using something like this, but then we're going to be making it bigger because your head bonnet has to sit in the totality of your head. So we're going to be using like something like this, but we're going to be doubling it in size because the hair bonnet is not supposed to be tight, it's not supposed to be small. This cannot fit my head, right? Because of the fullness of my head. This is just a measurement that I need to work with for my elastic. So imagine I double the size of this circle and I have a bigger circle and I create an elastic space for that particular circle and I put it on my head. It's going to fit properly. It's going to become a hair bonnet automatically because I have created the perfect circle for it. And let's do that. Okay, we're going to be doubling this circle. Instead of working with 24, we're going to say 24 plus 24 because my head is really big and I have hair and I want the bonnet to be able to sit on my head. Okay, so I'm going to be doubling this circle and I'm going to be working with 24 plus 24. I'm going to be working with 48. Okay, that's the measurement I'm going to be working. So this is 2 times my head measurement because I'm making a bonnet. So let's do that. We're going to be doing that on a fabric. But before then, any question? Is there any question? Is there anything? You guys have any? Do you have anything to say while I grab my fabric? Did I confuse you more? Let me look for that video. I'm making this particular live section really hungry. I'm so hungry. It feels like my life is flashing before my my eyes. But I have to finish this before I go and eat. So is there any question? Let me just look for this video because I feel like some people still will not understand me. But we're making a hair bonnet. I feel that that is going to help you understand me well. So this is how easy you can make a hair bonnet. Okay, you want to make a hair bonnet that is going to sit on your head. I I will ask you to take the measurement right now and double it. Okay, mine is 24. I'm doubling it. I'm using 48. But what I'll be using as my elastic measurement is 24. So the elastic I'm going to use at last for my hair bonnet is going to be 24 inches. So that to come back to the shape of my head. So that's what that's what I'm going to be doing. Really hungry. We're using this. We're using this fabric. That's what we're using. Let me clear my table. Me, my guys, there for them. If you remember, no be lie you. Oh, I was going to show you guys another way. Let's do that before we start sewing. I was going to show you another simple way for you to just cut whatever you want to cut. A simple way. Now, the simple way for you to cut whatever you want to cut is there's a standard measurement which is 6.28. Okay, there's a standard measurement for you to use in dividing your circumference. Now, the circumference of my head is 24. I'll just go ahead and divide 24 by 0.28, and whatever I get, I'll use to measure my circle, which is something I explained in this video that I'm about to show you. So if you're really interested in circumference, it's something that you'll be wanting to learn, watch this particular video that I'm about to show you, and it's going to really help you understand this well. Okay, I'm trying to look for the video. If you get a woman whole and title, me and my guys say for body, my police, one more room for my enemy. You guys are not responding well to the last video I uploaded on making a body suit, a play suit, not a body suit, a play suit. I don't know. You guys don't want to make a play suit? Nobody want to own a play suit? Okay, so you want to really understand how to make a circumference? This is the video you should watch. Let me switch my camera. So it's something that has been bothering you. You want to go learn. Sorry, my ring light is affecting the screen. Let me find the position. Okay, so please go watch this video. Where is it? Oh, I have passed the video. Have I? Sorry. I feel like I've passed the video. I don't know what you're contending. Okay, this video. Sorry. This video. This video. This is it. 2 easy method of cutting a 360-degree flay. Also a quick message. Okay, so this particular video here, I showed you 2 easy method for you to calculate for your circle. Okay, and you see the skirt I was able to achieve. Now, this thing you're looking at here, this skirt you're looking at here like this. This is how I got it. This is how I made it. The same way I just showed you this circle and this skirt. Let me show you. The same way I just showed you this. So this roundness here becomes your waistline. Okay. So if your waist, if the total of your waist is 24, this is how you get it. Okay. This is how you get the total of your waist round. This is your proper round waist. So this from here, like this 24. That is what will now sit here on your waist. Okay. But then if it's what you're making is not a skirt and it's something that has to sit on your head, that is when you walk with the other circle, this one. That's when you work with this. You're making a cap and you need to know the first layer of your cap. This is it. This is it. You can see that this is a circle that sits here. See? And I was able to remove it from the pattern or from the pattern, and I got my circle, and the space that it went off from is still a circle, which can become your waistline or your sleeve line, or wherever it is sitting becomes it. Okay, so go watch this video. This video here, I took my time to really explain. I took my time to really explain 2 methods of cutting a 360-degree flay, which is a circle. Yeah, please go watch it if you're really interested. Okay, if you're interested, go watch it. Now, back to me before we move into making the head bonnet, because there is no more time. This is what I was saying. So imagine this here was a skirt I was making for myself. I just want to show you again before we move to making our hair bonnet. I'm going to open one side of the panel, one side, and we're just going to imagine that place is going to be where I put my zip. But then imagine I'm making something and like this is it. This is it. Sorry. This is it. Like if I'm trying to make a flay top and you see, if it's a skirt, if it's for my sleeves, it goes, it's already tearing up because of the mishandling, but it goes here. Okay. If it's for a design that has to do with flare, I just go ahead and place it where I want to place it. You know, it just sits there. Now forget the length. Length is what's making it look like it's standing, and again, it's a pattern. But imagine this is a fabric. It will just fall and stay where you want it to stay, right? If it's for a type of neckline, it goes there, there. I don't know if you can see what I am. If it's for your trouser, and the trouser is supposed to be like a bell bottom, bell bottoms are pants that has flay at the end of it. So if your pants is going to be a bottom, like a bell bottom, let me put my leg on my chair and show you what it's going to look like. Okay, we're going crazy on this live section trying to explain. But then a bell bottom, making a bell bottom, this is going to be there like this. You get? As far as you're working with the measurement of the shape, like the measurement of your leg, your bell bottom is here already. Okay, can you see? So that's it. Like that's exactly what we're trying to create. Or that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Circumference. When you want to make a flay, this is how you apply it. This is how you measure the shape where it is sitting or the space where it's sitting and use it, create a pattern, cut according to the panels needed. And there you have it. So let's make our head bonnet. And I don't know why I am stuck at 9 likes. I was about to complain about the 8 like. Like I've been stuck on 8 likes for how many minutes now? Like 8 people just liked it and they were gone. And the rest of people that kept coming for the like section will just come like, what's she saying? Bye. What's she saying? Bye. They're not even liking. See, this is how your like works. When you like a particular live section or a video, it helps the recommendation of that particular video. So if you feel like that particular video is a little bit interesting or is very beneficial to you in just a little bit, a tiny little bit, you should want that particular video to be recommended to other people, right? So that they can watch it and also learn. That is why we always say like, because from your like and your comment and your engagement, the recommendation happens, like it broadens, it widens it up. So they just not just recommend it to just one person. You like somebody else, like, the more you like, the more recommendation they give to other people that have not seen it. So they can see it and also learn from it. That's why we always emphasize on the like. So always try and patronize people that you're learning from, or they're entertaining you, in one way or the other. Support by giving them like, so that the recommendation will happen for them and their video will go to more people. More people get to see it and more people get to participate by watching and engaging with it too. So my table is cleared. Now let's put our fabric. I'll be flipping the camera to the other side so we can hold the hair bonnets together and then sew it. And then I don't know if you can sew. I don't know if I have battery for sewing, but we're gonna cut it together. I'm setting up where I will be ironing. Charlie, I'm struggling with space. Like space is something I'm struggling with. I do not have space. I always have to manage. Let's flip this. So this is the fabric. Now remember, 4 panels, so we're folding this fabric into 4. And this time around, I'm working with 48, right? So first fold into two. I'll just go directly and fold it into four because I already explained and we did this already together with the pattern paper. So this is two, and then I'll fold again. So this is it. This is four, fold, one, two, three, four. Okay. Now it is very advisable that when you're trying to cut, whatever it is you're cutting, you iron. Okay, and we're going to do that. We're going to iron. We're going to iron. So let me bring my iron. I hope you guys can see what is happening. This is where it is all happening. So let me emphasize on that space. So everything is going to be marked from here. This is where all four fabrics meet. This is where they meet. So right here we have two layer of fabric this side, two layer of fabric this side, and this is where we're going to be working with. From here we'll mark everything we need to mark. So this is it. Now the next step is for us to get 12. 48 divided by 4 gives you 12. So what we need from here to here is 12. So we're going to be holding on to 12, and here we're going to do this again. Okay, we're going to be doing that what we did before again, creating a curve like this using 12, not 6, because we doubled my head circumference. So I'm going to, let me bring, so that you guys can be able to see what, let me bring a white chalk or a yellow one. Wait, what is happening here? Oh, this thing was broke. So I hope this is clear enough. I hope this is clear enough for anybody watching. So again, I'll hold on to my start point for on the tape, and then hold on to 12, and I'll use it to create a curve. This is my start point, and this is 12. So this is it. Not too curvy, a little bit curvy, but not too curvy. So start point here, 12 here. I'll mark the point for the 12. And then I'll mark the start point that is here. And then I'll find out what I have from here to here and what I have from here to here so that I can use that measurement to mark and get my curve, okay? So what I have from here to here is 7.5. You can see this line here. I have 7.5, and then I'll check here. I have almost 8 here. I have 8 here. So let me do 8, and then I'll do 8 round. If it's too much, then I reduce, but I would rather for it to be too much because I'm creating a hair bonnet. So for hair bonnet, it is better that the bonnet is big than for it to be small. Okay, so I'll just mark 8 round, making sure that my start point here does not move. Now let me do this properly so that you understand that your tape does not move from here. So I'm going to pin my start point on the tape. I'm going to pin it here. So what I'll just do is move my tape. You get? I mark 8. You see, it's not moving. So this place is there, and this place is where it moves. The down here, the 8. So I'm going to use this to mark my 8. Easier. So I've been able to get this. So this indicates that when I open this part out, I'm getting a circle. So let's confirm if I have 12 from here to here. I feel like it's going to be more than, but that's better. So let's go. So calculate like this, placing your tape, and just keep going, going, going. So I have 13, which is more than what I'm working with, but I think is better. Okay, 13 is okay. But what I would have gotten, imagine I was going for a perfect shape, I would have gotten 12 by just coming and using the 7.5 here to create another one. But this 12 is okay. So I'll cut this out. So this is a circle for my hair bonnet. Now this circle here for my hair bonnet will fit me. This is going to fit me, but it's going to be really small and really tight, which is okay because this is just for me to show you what how to do this. Okay, so this is going to be okay. Now what I'll do now is I'm going to cut another one like this, and then I'll show you guys how I'll be sewing this, and the next thing for me to do. But this is a circle. Can you see how perfect the circle is? Can you see I have 4 panels, 1 2 3 4, but can you see how perfect this particular circle is? Can you see how it looks? And this is going to be sitting on my head. Now, if you want this to be easier, you're working with just one fabric, you don't have fabric to line, you can cut a band of 2 to 3 inches. You can cut a band and attach a band to it and use the band to create your elastic. Okay, you can cut an external. Let's do that instead. So I'll show you something. Now I'm going to cut a 2 inches band that is going to be what the roundness of this that is going to go around this. I'll cut a band of 2 inches and I'll just show you how easy. Let's not double it. Let's just go with the band. Let's create a band. Creating a band is very easy. You just cut out a straight long piece of fabric that is longer than what you're working with, because the more longer it is, the more it is better. So you can just adjust rather than adding fabric. You can just adjust. Okay, so let's cut a band that is more than 48 inches, and then we're going to attach it to the edge of this place and then put a band in it, and it's going to turn this into a hair bonnet. If you're doubting me, stay to the end and see what we're going to get at last. So let's cut a band. So your band should be more than what you're working with, okay? So I'm going to be cutting 2 inches worth of band. And to get 2 inches, I need to cut five. Okay, so sorry, you guys cannot see me cutting the band because the space again. I said I've been struggling with space. Space. So this is the band. Now this is what I meant. Okay. What I mean is this is the band. This is the band. And we're going to be attaching the band to the tip of this. To the tip. We're going to sew it round. Okay. But before then, let's iron this band to be equal. And the longness of the band does not matter. Just make sure you cut more than what you're working with. Always cut more than what you're working with. Okay. Always cut more than what you're working with. Always. So let's fold this into 2 equal parts and iron this down. And then we'll sew. You guys, me, I'm still hungry. Oh. I'm still very, 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 very much hungry. I am still, I'm shaking here. I'm shaking. So I'm going to adjust this to make sure that everything is equal first before I move to the next step. You can see that this is not supposed to be there. So like I said, let's always remember to cut band or cut whatever we're cutting for our band to be longer than what we're working with. So this circle here is 48, or let's say highest, it is 50, the roundness of it. So I'll make sure that I have more than 50 here or more than 48. So let's check. See, I have 54. I have 54. So now we are going to attach this to this and just sew by quarter an inch. But this is what is going to happen. Like we're going to be attaching this to this, okay? And oh my god. Again, I'm using this. Let me use a white thread so that everybody can see what I'm doing. Or should we sew this on my sewing machine? Should we? Should I go sew this on a sewing machine? Can anybody say something? Somebody just say yes. Because I feel like hand needle is going to take time. Let's do the sewing machine. So give me a few minutes. I'm going to attach this. Or you come with me, sir. You guys will come with me. I'll take the camera along with me. Maybe you guys can see. Somebody liked my video and went back to unlike the video. Is everything okay at home? Okay. Obviously, can't stay still. That shoe is that is bad. One of the legs. I was supposed to give this man to repair. It's bad. It's opening. The black one is still okay. I was supposed to give this man to repair. So I know you guys cannot see me. I don't know if you can see me fully, but one thing again I wanted to say is that when you are sewing a curve area or a curve shape, please know that you have to go gently because it's not a straight line. So you have to keep pausing and sewing and pausing and sewing. So you can be using your hand to direct, your needle around the shape so that it does not go off where you're supposed to be sewing it at. I don't know if you guys can hear me from the sound coming from the sewing machine, but yeah, always sew gently just because you have to follow the curve, okay? So stop, so stop, no. Hmm? I don't know where they're going. I was there. I don't know my girls. You want to be free, right? No, I want to wear you. Okay. No, I want to wear. Okay, so we're back. We're back. Sorry, not my face. We're back. Let's find the right angle. So after all sewing done, this is what I have. I don't know, the light is going to be disturbing you guys. So let's bend this. So this is what I have. Now I'm going to put an elastic through and everything is going to fold in and then it's going to turn into a hair bonnet. Okay, but this is the circle with the elastic casing or space on it. So let's do that. Let me put the, what's it called? The band. Let me bring the band. So for the band, I will open up a space because I sewed everything in. Okay, I sewed everything in. And for the band, I'll just open up a space here so I can pass it through and then I'll close it. Okay, but then we're going to be opening one side. And this is just a very easy, quick bonnet. There's videos available on my channel on how to make proper hair bonnet, like with easy steps. This one is for you to understand how to apply a circumference, like how to take measurements, apply it, and wear everything. So let me grab my elastic. So this is the elastic I'll work with, and this elastic is why I created the 2 inches band. Okay, so for the elastic I'll be working with, most of the time, okay, most of the time I like to say, let me pass this around, let me put this on my face. Most of the time I like to say that when you're trying to take elastic for anything, you're making skirts and you want to your skirt to be an elastic skirt. Don't ask people how long should your elastic be. All you have to do is wrap the elastic around where it is going to sit, and that will give you the proper, amount of what you need. Okay, so this is going to sit on my head, of course, and all I have to do is stretch the elastic band a little bit around my head and find out what is comfortable for me. So wrap this around my head, and this is what is comfortable for me. Okay, stretched out, this is what is comfortable, but I don't want it to be too stretched out because it's going to be too tight. But this is what is comfortable for me. I'll get that point and I'll measure from here to here because this is what is comfortable again for me. So I'll indicate this point with a chalk. Let's flip this back. I'm indicating that point with a chalk and I'll cut it out. I'm cutting it out. So this is what I'm using. This is what I'll use for my hair bonnet. So like I said, we're going to be opening a space that we're going to use to pass the elastic through. I have my seam ripper. I'll just pick anywhere. I'll just pick any space. Let's turn this so that everybody sees what I'm doing. Okay. So just a tiny opening. So now there's a space here in between that I can pass my elastic through. So the elastic will go around and come back to this spot. So let's open it a little bit. It's okay. Before I do this, I have to use a safety pin to do this, and or a needle, depending on the one you have. Um, I'll be using a needle. I actually had in mind to create a coaster. That is why the thumbnail is coaster. So my mind was just to come here and do a small video on how to make a coaster. And now I am making a bonnet. Like, we would have been done with this live section a long time. Trust me. We would have been done if I followed my mind. Okay, so here we go. So if you're somebody that is just interested in making simple things like fabric coaster or table covers that are in circle, the part where we did the pattern was enough for you to understand, okay? The part where we were able to cut, like divide and cut our pattern paper, that should be okay for you. That understanding there, the explanation there should be okay for you. But if you're somebody that is interested in this one, oh my fucking god, I forgot that I locked it. So this has to open up. Ow! I just got it. What's happening network? That's true. Sorry guys. Needle is lost. Okay, we're back. So this is where we're supposed to use. I forgot I wasn't using a proper band. Okay. So this is where we're using. Sorry, this is where we're using. I forgot I had a proper place to pass my band. I was stressing myself. Can you imagine? So the band is going to pass here. Let's do that. me close this one. This is one of the reasons why I like to eat before I create content. I'm about to do indoor biomass work. Okay. So let's hurry this so I can go and eat. So my band is going to pass. My elastic band is going to pass here. Are we still going? Time now. This is more than 2. Okay. She dey call talk to you for kitchen. She dey kitchen. So it's rushing. Are you seeing the hair bonnet is coming together because it's rushing? So we just keep rushing till we get to the end. See my tiny hair bonnet. So let me get the elastic through, and then we'll close that space, and then we'll check out what it looks like. So we can call the live section a success and plan for next week. There you go. You guys should enjoy. When it comes to this point, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. I'm supposed to go out with my sister. I'm trying to rush this. Oh my god. It's taking time to rush. Please let me know in the comment section if this video was any interest or any of interest. If this video was interesting to you, buddy, what am I speaking? If this video is interesting to you, if you're able to learn something, let me know in the comment section. And also, if you have not seen my previous videos, I don't mean the live section videos, I mean like normal videos. If you've not seen it, go check it out. I have beginners videos available for anybody that wants to learn how to sew. So you can go check that out. And I come on here every weekend, okay? It doesn't matter when. I can come here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but I prefer to come Thursday, Friday. It's just that I've been busy and that's why I'm coming on here today. So I'll be here next week, Thursday. Hopefully, I'll be here next week, next 2 weeks, Thursday, and so on and so forth. But join me on my live session every weekend and learn something new or relearn something that you've learned before. Doesn't matter. Or just come, chill with me. Let's create something together. But I'll be expecting you guys next weekend, okay? Everybody that was on here today, I'll be expecting you next weekend. Come join, come join, come join. And now we have this elastic at the end of the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to be sewing this off together. We're going to be closing it off together. But let's stretch it out first. Let's see the bonnet. I see. So we have to stretch it out so that every point gets enough elastic before we go close. So you can see how small this hair bonnet is. Now, if you double your circumference, your head, or you triple it, the more you triple, the more you add. In fact, the more allowance you add to your circumference, the more fullness you're going to get on whatever it is that you're creating. But this here is good. Let me show you. This here is good already. This here, let me show you so that we can move into closing it. But this here is good. See, I can pack my hair inside this. Like once we finish closing it off, you will see. But this here, I can put everything, like all my hair inside. Okay, everything can go in. But we're not done. No, we have to close that space that will pass the elastic through. But this is what it is giving, basically. Everything goes in. And yeah, let's go close it off and see the final result. Yeah, so you see, everything is going in. Everything's gonna go in, but let's close it off. Okay, let me close it off in my sewing machine or my sewing machine, and I'll come back and show you guys the result so I can go and dress up. I want to go out with my sister. I'm almost done with this live session, so I don't want it to hold me. So let me go close this and I'll show you guys the final result. Okay. Like I said, if you want to create a proper bonnet, like you want to create a bonnet that can fit your braids, that can fit your dreads, that can fit any shape, like either your baby's head or your own head or your mother's head or your sister's head or anybody's head. I have a video available. Okay, this one is just an illustration in case you got confused at some point. Don't be Go watch my bonnet videos. I'll be linking them on this particular live section, so go watch them. So I'm going to close this off and then I'll wear the hair bonnet and you guys will see it, and then you guys can allow me go do my thing. Okay, so I'll be back. Oh yeah, I will bring out that pink bomb shot for me. Pink short skirt. That's what I want. Okay. Oh yeah, don't eat. Okay, so that point is closed off. See, it's closed off. It's not neat because I do not have a weaving machine, but this is the bonnet. This is the hair bonnet. This is it. So let's put everything in. That's my hair. And then we can say bye bye. We can tell ourselves bye bye. So let's put everything in. My hair is really full. See, everything is in. Everything is in. Now, most people like to use smaller elastic for their hair bonnets. I have done the ones that I used smaller elastic. My hair is really full, God. But anyway, this is it. Now I can go have my bath. Let me show you guys the back. I don't bath now because my hair is really full. I could have done something really more bigger, but this is it. So see, this is it. Guys, bye bye. We need to go. My cousin is saying, "You guys, bye bye," because we need to go. But this is it. This is how quick you can make a hair bonnet just by understanding how to use your circumference, how to take the measurement, and how to apply it. You can easily create anything that has to do with a circle. Okay, anything that has to do with a curved edge, you can easily create it. So this is the final result of our hair bonnet created here on the live section, and there are videos. Oh, see, my hair is really full, and this was able to contain it. Imagine I did it more, like imagine I tripled the round circumference. My round circumference, I did it like 24 times 3. And I used that particular circle to create my hair bonnet to be big enough for this hair. So just go watch my videos that is mainly dedicated to hair bonnets and you make one for yourself. So thank you for joining me on my live section. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Let me know if you have any question. Even though I don't answer now, I will check back on the live section later to see if I have any more comments and I'll reply to your comments, questions, suggestions, contribution, whatever it is. Just let me know in the comment section. And that's it for the live section. I hope you guys had fun, just the way I did. Had fun. Because while I was teaching you, I was also learning. Like, so yeah. I love you guys. See you on the next live section or see you on the next video, whichever comes first, or even see you on my YouTube shorts, whichever comes first. Bye bye.